Hello everyone, good morning, Jai Shri Krishna. So here is my voice request to all the Honorable State High Court and Supreme Court judges and to all the State Police Authority, Health Department and the media professional and other professionals. What I want to convey that I am respectfully I, Dr. Akshita Sharma, a resident of Rajasthan, I respectfully submitting that the virtual evidence about the death of the Twisha Sharma that appears to be the suspicious and requires the immediate medical legal investigation. They are the circumstances that surrounding her death and that raise the apprehension of the homicide or the unnatural death. Therefore, I request the police authorities and the judicial authority to kindly register the matter, conduct a fair investigation, and arrange for a detailed medico legal post-mortem examination, which is about the internal organ dissection to ascertain that exact cause, manner, and the time of the death. I further request the preservation of all the medical, forensic, and circumstantial evidences in the interest of the justice. The medico legal jurisdiction of the Bhopal doesn't fall under my authority. Okay, so I'm not able to intervene in this medico legal matters that is arising within the other state in the Bhopal jurisdiction. So this is outside my territorial authority. So I would like to request to the department, to the police department, the judicial department, please intervene the medico legal matters. And yeah, this is my request. So before starting the session, I would like to convey my condolence message to all the family members. Dear Twisha, I extend my heartfelt sympathy to you and your family members. May you be comforted by the memories that you share with all of us. May your divine soul find strength and the peace. So today we are discussing, or I am discussing a suspected homicide case that concerning the deceased person, that is a Twisha Sharma, lovely Twisha Sharma. The purpose of this session is to review the facts, circumstances, medical findings, and all other evidences that is related to this incident in a subjective and the lawful manner. All the observations and the opinions presented will be based on the medico-legal examination, the astrological examination, investigative records, and the scientific spiritual findings. Okay? So, respected all the members, in this present medico-legal case, the deceased was brought for the examination under the allegations of the suicidal death at the AIMS, Bhopal, and the following discussions concern firstly the astrological history and then medical history, examination finding, the probable cause of death, and related of like a personal opinion of mine. Okay, so let's start. The introduction name Twisha Sharma, and in my opinion, that is a homicide case, the murder. So let's understand first the background, the astrological details. We just have the name. I just have the name of the person, of the deceased person, that is a Twisha. Name available, date of birth, time, place, that I don't know, unknown. Okay. Now, the name nakshatra, based on the letter, it says the Purva Falguni. That is a Purva Falguni. So, in the Purva Falguni, they are the fourth padas, the first, second, third, fourth. So, it comes in the fourth pada. That comes in the Leo sign, okay, which is ruled by the sun. Now, the Leo sign, Lord Sun, which is a friendly, that comes in the Surya Vanshi, the Kshatriya. The Varna is a Kshatriya, and the qualities or the traits in the person, that is the authoritative, ego, pride, leadership quality, power, and the warrior kind of the personality. And for the Lord Sun, for the planet Sun, the enemies are the Saturn and the Venus. Okay, the biggest enemy is the Saturn, the second enemy is the Venus. So, as per the astrology, it says that the accused person are the Samad Singh and the Giribala Singh. And third, the supporters, the neighbors or the servants. So, why the accused person, the letter SA, that comes in the Shatabhisha Nakshatra in the Aquarius sign. Okay, Aquarius sign Lord is a Saturn. So Lord Sun's enemy is a Saturn. Now, if you see the Giribala, so the Gi later comes in the Capricorn in the Dhanishta Nakshatra. Also, the Capricorn's Lord is a Saturn. Okay, so the biggest enemy of the Sun is a Saturn. So that's why This is 100% correct that the Lord's Sun enemy is a Saturn, and the accused is a Samart Singh and the Giripala Singh. Now let's understand about the Puru Falguni Nakshatra zodiac sign. That is a Leo. The ruling lord is a Venus. Okay, the nakshatras. Okay, nakshatras ruling lord is a Venus nakshatra. Gana is a human gun, the Manushya. That means a person has a dual nature, the 50% the anger and the 50% the soft nature. The Devgana have the different kind of the temperament, and the Rakshas Gana has 100% aggressive and the violent temperament. So Shatabisha Nakshatra, the Samarth Nakshatra is a violent nakshatra, the Rahu's nakshatra, and the which is ruled by the Rahu. That is 100% delusive and aggressive planet. It gives it aggressive temperament. The Yoni is a female red, element is a fire, the Varna is a Kshatriya, and the Nari is a Madhya. Alright. Now, the traits about the Puru Falguni Nakshatra says the person is very artistic and the creative in mind, the charming and attractive because of the Venus Nakshatra, the social, expressive, generous, and the friendly nature, ego and pride because of the Leo sun sign, emotional dependence. So, as I already told you that for the Puru Falguni Nakshatra, for the planet Sun, as per the Leo sign, the enemies are the Saturn and the Venus, and Shatabisha Samarth Singh's name later comes in the Shatabisha Rahu's Nakshatra. The sign is Aquarius, ruled by the Saturn, which is the enemy. Capricorn, second pada later. The Giribala Singh Dhanishta Nakshatra, same Saturn. So these both people are accused. Now, let's understand the other factor. Okay. How let's make a Leo sign chart. Okay, we don't know the person's date of birth, time, place. I don't know. So I'm taking the fifth number sign chart because as per the Leo sign. So if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, this is a Marak house, Marak Bhav. Okay. And 6 is also Marak Bhav, Shatru Bhav, enemy Bhav. Okay. And 12th is also third Marak Bhav. So these trines has a three Marak Bhav, first, second, third. So in 10th, you see the Capricorn. Okay. That is a Giribala's sign. Okay. The Samart Singh's mother's sign. If you see the 7th house, the 11th, this is Aquarius, Samart Singh sign. Okay. Saturn, both are the enemies nearby. Now, the next, the 12th sign, that is a Pisces, who help there, in the house, unknown helpers, maybe the servant or the neighbors or any other person. Now, so next fact is about the Bhakut dosha. Okay, Bhakut dosha is very inauspicious if it comes in the Shadashta. Okay, very powerful enemy danger axis we call. It comes in the 10th, 11th, 12th sign. Okay, that is called the death trine junction, and it is both the sixth house and the seventh house are occupied by the Saturn. Okay, and with the help of the Jupiter, the Pisces. So if you count from here, from the how to count the Bhakuta dosha, some astrologers count from their own house, some astrologers count from the next house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you see, so Shadashtak enemy is a 10 Capricorn, the Giribala Singhji, the Saturn Lord. Now, if you count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then again, that is a 11, the Aquarius. That is a sign of the Samart Singhs. So it is very clear that is in an astrological chart, it was a Bhakuta dosha Shadashtak. Okay. So what are the effects on the person? There will be the misunderstandings, emotional instability, health and emotional stress distance, and the financial instability, ego clashes between the partners because, Sun is all about the ego, pride, and Sun is also a kind of the malefic planet. And the death, that is it gives the Mrityu Yoga. Shadashta gives a Mrityu type kind of the yoga. So if somebody has this kind of the Shadashtak, they should not get married with that kind of the zodiac sign. Okay, so this is a very inauspicious yoga or dosha. This is called the enemy danger axis. Okay, the 10th, 11th, 12th, the Shadashtak. Now the next factor, that is a murder by enemy, the Saturn. The Twisha's Navtara chart is here. Okay, the Purva Falguni Nakshatra. Then, if you see the enemy's Pratyari Nakshatra, that is a 15, 24, and the 6. Adra, Swati, and a Shatabhisha. Okay, and if you see the death Nakshatra, she died on the 26th Nakshatra, that is a Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Okay, death day, the Nakshatra, Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Now let's do the comparison between the both the charts. Okay, so this is a exact opposite, a mirror effect zodiac signs. So this is a Samarth chart, this is a Trisha's chart. So you see this is a exact opposite, which we call the mirror effect, that is considered highly inauspicious in the astrology. Okay, so for Trisha, the Shadashtak was the 10th and the 11th. This is a Marak house. Okay, and if you see the Samartha chart, you will see the 4, 5, and 6 are the enemies of the Samarth Singh. So as Samarth Singh is alive and he has already done the crime, but not facing the camera or not giving any kind of the statements, it says that he is a criminal. So I would advise them, like, it's better to tell the truth or accept the mistakes, accept the crime clearly and honestly. Being honest can help to clarify the facts, and it can reduce the punishment also. Now, the main problems, in my opinion, there was no Kundli Milan before the marriage from the groom side or from the bride side. So if you see the Ashtakuta Milana score is out of 36, that's a North Indian style. The Twisha and Samarth score. The Varna is the Kshatriya, that is upper class, and the Samarth Varna is a Shudra, which is the lower. Okay, a person should not marry if the boy's Varna is inferior than the women. The Vashya is a Leo and Aquarius. Nautara is a Pratyari enemy, the Shatabhisha. And for him, this is a Sadak Guru's Nakshatra. And the Yoni is a Rit and a Horsa, different Yoni. Grahametri, Saturn and Sun, both are the enemies. The Gana is a Manushya. Okay, the 50% good, soft, and 50% hard. Rakshas is 100%, the violent in nature. The and Shatabhisha Nakshatra. So mostly Delululu, the Bhakut, the Leo and Aquarius, the Nadi, the Madhya and Adi. Only the point comes from the Nadi because of the different Nadi. So total scores 9 out of 36. So marriage is not recommended in this case if the score is below 18. I don't understand why they got the married. So next we will discuss the medical findings. So it was a astrological clarification that who is the accused. So as I'm a doctor also, so let's understand the medical findings. Okay, the anti-mortem findings. Let me change my pencil. Okay, so anti-mortem findings, the hanging with the ligature or the rope. Okay, you see here the oblique mark. Okay, inverted V shape. The neck findings in the photo, if you see the virtually, the ligature strangulation. Okay, high neck oblique grew around the neck. Abrade bruise margins, multiple marks, the 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot of marks because of the ligature strangulation. It shifted multiple times, inconsistent placement, upward pull of the ligature, circular or multiple marks. Okay. So if the person has done a suicide, the mark only comes only one mark, okay, not the such kind of the marks, different kind of the marks, the multiple marks. So anyway, let's come to the next point. They came from the behind. The accused person come from behind, raised her neck, and then hanged her, and later tried to imprint a mark by hanging or ligature. Then, due to the external force by the another person. Okay. Now, the doctor's opinion by the that is given in the media by the Eves Gopal that says that is an anti-mortem hanging by a ligature. So it clearly says that it is a homicide. So what do we see in the medical legal aspect? We see the important 14 signs that comes in the department of the forensic medicine. The doctors who works in the forensic department. So in the antemortem, out of the 14 signs, the 13 signs are more important because the autopsy, the postmortem comes after the antemortem. Okay, that is about a dissection of the body. We'll find into the organs. So in the antemortem, you have to find the 13 kind of the uh, you know uh, signs. The first, there is a ligature mark. Wait. First is a ligature mark that you can see in the photo right here. And the next is a salival dribbling, which we cannot see. The laugh is a sympathy. Okay. And that is a kind of the natural facial appearance of a deceased person. We cannot see the face, but in report, maybe it was mentioned the blisters, abrasion signs, asphyxia signs, and the drake marks over the body, the face congestion, and fecal urinary excursion, toxicology, DNA, and all that, and scene investigation by the forensic experts or the police officers, histopathology, and the pathology. Pathology is the tiny pinpoints, or we can say the hemorrhage, the red, purple, brown hemorrhage that you can see, the hemorrhage, the rupture of the small blood capillary is like that. So it may be appear on the skin, okay, anywhere. Conjunctiva of the eyes. If we can see the eyes, then it may be appear on the conjunctivas, eyelids, face, oral mucosas, like lips. So these are kind of the pathological hemorrhages. That is also important sign to finding in some form of the, uh, homicide dates. Okay. Now, so let's understand the result of the this. Okay. So if you see the type of the notes that is tied by the accused, somewhat saying the force note. Okay, like this. So that's why there was a oblique mark. And now to show the hanging, the accused, some are saying because if there was a suicide, so why he's not facing the media trials if he loves his wife? Like then why he's afraid of giving the statements or like afraid of giving the medical examinations also. So this is a hence proved by me, Dr. Akshata Sharma. Now let's talk about the discussion. Okay, the findings are the consistent with the antemortem injuries. Okay, the cause of death, according to my perspective, this is a homicide, legal criminal category of the killing by her own husband, the accused, the Samaj Singh. Okay, this is not a suicide or the self-inflicted death. Pending investigation by the police department. Okay, for the detailed investigation, that autopsy is mandatory. There will be need to dissect the body and to look out into the organs. Now the conclusion. People should not ignore both the astrology science, charts, and complete medical legal science, which includes, the postmortem also. The evidence-based facts along with all the photos I have mentioned in the presentation, scientific medical presentation, medical facts with the photographs that we call a logical, and the spiritual traditional belief that is astrology. So this is called the Medico-Astrological System, okay? Written by the Suryavanshi member based on the name astrology, because my name is a Akshatra. A come in the Kritika Nakshatra, that is a Lord Sun's Nakshatra. Same, the Kshatriya quality, the leadership, the government authority, power, and all that, okay? So, as you know, she was died on the Kritika Nakshatra. Her soul has a connection with the Kritika letters. Okay. A. They have the divine connection, the soul connection. So if she wants justice, she wanna try to connect with all these kind of the Kritika Nakshatra people, so she can get the justice. Now, as a doctor, what should I suggest? Here's my suggestions. Okay. The first is a postmortem is mandatory to go into the depth. Okay. Within the 2-3 days, because suspicious in nature, the date is suspicious, deadline today, 22nd May, 23rd, 24th May. The second is a life imprisonment as a punishment in the monetary fine for her defamation, the character assassination, and calling a woman as a prostitute falsely without any proof, BNS 356 equivalent to the 499 IPC. That should be imposed on the Samarth Singh and the Giripala Singh, because they are doing insult towards the Brahmin community, to the Kshatriya, Brahmin, upper class women. Third is impose the inter-religious marriage fine and donations. Okay, it was outside marriage, so the inter-religious marriage fine or the donation should be imposed for all the Brahmins. Why? For all the Brahmins' royal ancestors' property. Okay, the Sri Jagdish temple that is based in the Mewar region in Rajasthan state, and in the name of the temple administration, Kumara Sampradaya, Kumara lineage, towards the goddess Ojaswani ascetic acharya known as a Dr. Akshita Sharma. Yes, for the temple renovation, for the rituals, for the shraddhas of the blood lineage ancestors, for the soul's liberation. Okay, the ancestors' soul's liberation, for their peace, and including all the varnas, Brahman, Shakti, Vaishya, Shudra. Okay, and for the charity that should be mandatory. Okay, and the fifth is a legal compensation in the homicide case if the close family members, if their relatives, if their parents have the financial problem. The fourth is a Antyeshti program, the last 16 sanskara, that is the last rites of a native, of a deceased person, that is believed to perform within the 13 days to help the divine soul's peaceful journey into the heaven for the peace of the Twisha Sharma. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, are the suggestions? Now, what is Antyeshti in the Hindu tradition? As we all know, if you don't know, let me tell you, for all the grahas who are married, Antyeshti, last 16 sanskaras, last rite is to believe to perform within the 13 days. Okay, to help the divine soul's peaceful journey into the heaven, that is a Shiva Loka for the Twisha. It will provide the psychological, emotional comfort to the deceased soul. This is also for the ancestor. So for the ancestor and for the bereaved family. Otherwise, after 13 days, the spirit soul of a person who has died won't be able to get the moksha and will remain in the preta yoni, that we call the ghost or the restless state. Okay, so rituals like the Pindadana, Shraddha, and the prayers for the deceased soul is mandatory, specifically on the Twisha's death nakshatra. Okay, the Shraddhas on the Purva Bhadrapada. It should be performed to help the soul's peaceful salvation. So, if we see the past life of the Twisha, she was died on the Anuradha Nakshatra. In the present life, the Purva Bhadra, okay, nakshatras. There on that day there was a two nakshatra, Uttar Bhadrapada and the Purva Bhadrapada. So in night it was a Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra. Unfortunate, and the future birth life will be the Pushya Nakshatra. Unfortunately, she has died on the 25th Purva Bhadra Nakshatra on the sadhak husband's guru, not the husband, but the sadhak guru's nakshatra. Okay, and Purva Falguna is a sadhak nakshatra for the Samarth Singh. So that's why he is not dead, he is alive and not able to, not able to face the media trials and not able to give the, the clear facts. Next, the polite apology confession, audio video recording, written later by accused or homicide offender. So these are my suggestions. Okay, step by step, follow the step. Sorry, this is I think 6. So here is a post detail date details, the Trisha date details. The 12th May 2026, Moon Nakshatra was a Purva Bhadrapada. In the night, in the daytime, it was a Uttar Bhadrapada. Okay, that rules the mind of a person. And the Surya Nakshatra is all about the Kritika. Okay, that rules the soul. So her soul is connected to the Kritika Nakshatra people. Okay, letter A, E, I, U, sometimes O also. Okay, and the yoga was the Veditri. Inauspicious, it gives obstructions and sudden disruptions like a death. Major event comes on this yoga. Paksha, Krishna Paksha, Tithi was good. Ekadashi, or before that, in daytime, it was a Dashmi. The moon sign was Aquarius, Saturn sign. So it is a hence proof that this is done by the Saturn person, Saturn people, the both the Samar Singh and her mother, the Giribala Singh. Okay, with the support of the Pisces sign, and the death time between the 9 p.m. to 11:32 p.m. Arising ascendant is a Sagittarius, which also says the karmic axis. In the karmic axis, the marriage is not allowed. Okay, and the third house in the Sagittarius, that is a Parakrama Bhav, so the Aquarius sign got the Parakrama, the courage to kill the person, to kill the native, the Purva Falguni, a Nakshatra native, that is a Twisha Sharma. Okay. So Saitavrisha Nakshatra is ruled by Rahu, who lives in the illusion, who lives in the Dalilulu state. Okay, addiction of the alcohol, drugs, the obsession, for the career upliftment, for the growth, for the fame, all these. So the obsession of the fame also, and the weekday was on the Tuesday. Saturn is more powerful on the Tuesday because the Saturn is enemy of the Mars. Mars is more powerful on the Saturday. The present site includes the murder nearby the houses sign. This is a courageous bhav. This is a family kutumba bhav. Okay, the person who supports the Giribala Singh and the 12 sign also, the servants, neighbors, maybe any other person that we don't know, that police has to investigate. And the third and 9 axis most important position, that is a destiny date for the religious upliftment, for the spiritual upliftment. Okay, so it was a destiny death in her chart. Okay, that's why she is no more. I hope she gets the justice sooner. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is presented by me, Dr. Akshita Sharma.